Oh my god, it's been way too long. How's everybody been? Wait, has it been a long time? I feel like I've been doing this every day. I feel like nothing has changed, question mark? Except for the entire layout of the stream. I've been away for a little bit. Oh my god, poor cool, did it even pop up? I know that Pyro redeemed that a little earlier. And, wait, has it been 2 months? I misread that a second ago and I thought you said it's been 10 months. Let me put a little music on, really quick. Anyway, so I know that Pyro redeemed a Tour Cool a little earlier. Should I add that to the original waiting screen? I feel like I should not. And I'll be completely honest with you guys. As I was starting stream a second ago, I thought, how funny would it be if I had the intro theme playing for 10 minutes and then I don't do it at all? Like I just disappear for another 2 months and I don't know, maybe you guys never hear from me again. I thought that'd be kind of funny. Timmy, how's it going, man? I saw a couple people in here. Cindefe, I saw you show up a little earlier. Did I see Extra Hot Cheeto show up in chat? Or did I just see Extra Hot Cheeto stream regularly? DJ Grooves also, I think the very first one to say hello. Oh my god, Pyro, 10 months of subscriptions. I'm not gonna be back for another 10 months. By the time you guys see me, I'll be, in 10 months, I'll be 48 years old, I believe. But I'm aging gracefully, as you guys can tell. And that's because, still killing it in VGC. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say that I'm not. I haven't been playing a lot. I've finally jumped into Regulation H, which is the current format right now. But you guys want to know where I've been? Why I've been gone? 10 minutes of intro music and then just leave till February. I kind of like that. I've got a good friend here in town where I live. I actually live in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on stream. But the last time we hung out, I said, hey, goodbye. I'll be around. See you in August 2025, right? Come follow me on Twitch. Absolutely. By the way, if anybody, Cheeto's been streaming regularly. If anybody's been needing some good Twitch content in my absence, Cheeto's been streaming every single day. How's it going, man? I don't know if you've gotten a microphone yet. I've seen, anytime I jump into your stream, you're getting some activity in there, man. Took a vacation where you guys have been feasting in Regulation H. What have you been playing? What teams, what archetypes, what Pokemon have you been playing in Regulation H? I'll talk a little bit about why I've been gone. There's a fun answer, and then there's the answer that's true. In a way, what have you been playing there, Chaos Stars? So anyway, Regulation H, I've been following loosely what's been going on in the format. I remember the first Regulation H tour. I think it was what is it called? It was not a Limitless Tour, it was a Victory Road tournament, and that's when we first got the introduction of the real teams in Regulation H. For anybody who hasn't been playing that format, it's Rain, Arcaludon, Basculegion typically shows up on teams like that, Amoonguss, Incineroar, and I think the sixth Pokemon on that team at the time was King Gambit, right? We've seen a ton of iterations on it. We've seen Porygon Trick Room stuff, Amoonguss, Incineroar, Porygon, usually paired up with one of the Ursalunas, and I've even seen Arcaludon pop up in those teams as well, right? Best Pokemon in the format are unquestionably the Steel types right now. I'm talking about Golden Go, I'm talking about King Gambit, I'm talking about Arcaludon, of course, right? And then I remember at the beginning of the format, we were struggling to find a good fighting type. Can't wait till Regulation G comes back. Chaos, you and me both. I've played a little bit of Regulation H. I started a couple of alts, and I've got them reasonably high on ladder at the moment. I can't say that I'm having fun with the format. I miss my legendaries, man. I miss playing with the busted toolkit, right? But I think it's okay. I'm sure for anybody who's been playing Regulation H, you've seen a lot of Sneasler. We can talk about Sneasler. Timmy, your friend did pretty well at a VGC local, and he got third. That's incredible. He's competing at the San Antonio Regional in January. I've heard that signups for San Antonio start in about a week. I think December 3rd, December 4th is when signups start for San Antonio. And I will be there. Timmy, if you'll be in that area of the world around the time of the regional, I don't know when the regional is actually happening. I think it's around might be in spring of 2025. I will probably compete at that regional. And if it's in Regulation G, I won't be bringing my favorite silly boy. I think I'll be bringing a real team, and I'll give it a good run. Check out your stream. Are you streaming right now? Cheeto live on Twitch. Are you actually streaming? You are. All right, what are you doing? What are you streaming right now? I'll pull it up, and I'll jump into your stream here in a second on the screen. However, I actually do have a goal for tonight. There's a thing that I'm working on, and it's a reason why I clicked go live. I have a goal in-game. Are you guys actually going to get some real gameplay tonight? Depends on how long we talk. Maybe. I have an actual goal in-game. I want to get it accomplished, and I will not end stream until that goal is accomplished. But before we get there, let's figure out how everybody's been, and let's also jump into Cheeto's stream to see what's going on over there. And of course, if anybody's not subscribed to Cheeto, not following Cheeto on Twitch, I promise you, like, I've jumped into a stream a couple times recently. I think I watched his maybe third stream when he started back up again, and he's been streaming regularly. I'll pop on every now and again, even if I'm not active in the stream. I'll pop on and just watch. I'll have it on in the background and stuff, right? But yeah, check him out, everybody. Let me see if I remember how to do this. Shout out at Extra Hot Cheeto. Did I do it? Oh god. Oh wait, no. Oh my god, I'm so good at Twitch. All right, cool. I'm better at Regulation H than I am at Twitch. So Reg H is giving you more fun to prepare for Reg G. Oh, hold on. Where's chat? Oh, there you are. There's everybody. Check it out. You guys are right down there. I'm sorry. I've been reading off of that little like side menu that I've got. Let me show you. Let me do a front-facing camera thing really quick so you guys can see. Let me pull out my phone just quickly so everybody can see what I see. Is this a dangerous move? I feel like this shouldn't happen on Twitch, but I'll do it anyway. All right. This is you guys. Say hello. Oh no, sorry, that's drywall in the background. Everybody say hello to the drywall. Why can't I show you? I can't angle it correctly. Anyway, so Reg H is giving you more fun to prepare for Regulation G. I don't know if a lot of these Pokemon are going to translate. Archaludon, in theory, was legal in Regulation G. So was Sneasler. I saw maybe one Japanese team with like a Rock Slide Terra Rock Sneasler on Burden. Normal gem, fake out kind of stuff. Maybe the only Sneasler team that I saw at the time. I think Sneasler might make an appearance in Regulation G. Archaludon, my boy, I love that guy. I've been playing Rain. That's the archetype that I've been playing. And he's incredibly strong. I don't know if you guys know about that Pokemon. He's pretty strong though. Do you remember the Alolan Ninetales and Kyurem White and Wo-Chien team? I do remember that one. Wizard 101, the silly wizard game. I think I've seen that. Timmy, you can't make the January. You'll be in Washington, D.C. that weekend. That's unfortunate. I think... Oh, God. Is it happening in January? It might be. I know that signups are next month. I know it's happening in 2025. That sucks, man. I was looking forward if you could have made it. Anybody else want to fly out to San Antonio? I'll be there. Whenever that one's going on, I'll be there. Kaz, you might revive that pairing to combo with Mon that you're expecting. A certain legendary that might be overtly used. Catching, oh wait, so are you going to be at, does that mean you're going to be at NAIC or Worlds probably? I would love to, I'd love to go to Worlds. I'd love to go with an invitation, but the ship has sailed for me. 2025 season, oh sorry, for the 2024 season, you've either got to win an event or you've got to be grinding. You've got to be grinding all season to get a Worlds invite for 2024. You know what? I'll win San Antonio. I'll win San Antonio, and I'll see you at Worlds. Because I do love Anaheim, California. Any chance your time in DC is for MagFest? What is this? Guardian Angel! Oh my god, what's going on, man? It's been a long time. Wait, MagFest? I've not heard of that. Timmy, what's the deal with that? Wo-Chien might not be on this team, but you're not too upset by that? I'm not upset by that either. I'm happy to hear that Wo-Chien will not be on the team. Colossus Yell. I'm not familiar with that. All right, hold on. We got to keep it moving. I'm going to click this button really quick. And here's what Cheeto's streaming at the moment. All right, check him out. Look at that chat. Look at this beautiful stream that Cheeto's got going on. You guys, give Extra Hot Cheeto a follow. We've been hanging out with Cheeto for a long time, not these last 2 months, but we've been hanging out with Cheeto for a long time. We've competed with Cheeto. He's a champion on the stream, and there are many champions. I think I've seen 3. And Guardian Angel in a previous series. You've been a champion as well. I've seen a lot of champions coming through tonight. Cheeto was the first champion of the last series that we had run back whenever we were doing this thing. Give that guy a follow. Oh, also, look at this beautiful thing. Oh, look how good I am at Twitch. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to be doing. As far as like streaming showdown matches or whatever, I'll put it in that little bubble off to the side. The thought bubble is dead. Pyro, you're going to be there as well. Now I'm sad. This is going to be the weekend of San Antonio Regionals. I can't be in DC, and I've always wanted to be in Washington, DC. And I hear tell that maybe not anymore. Guardian was at some point was around that area. I don't think that. I don't know if you're nearby anymore. But that's on my American wish list to go visit Washington D.C. Drywall. It was a cool time. All right, let's watch Cheeto stream for a little bit while I catch up with you guys, and then I'm gonna actually stream basically the goal that I have for tonight. I should check out this team that you made. I would love to check it out. When is the last Regulation H tournament? I think we might have one more. DJ, if you've been playing Regulation H, I'd love to see this team that you've cooked up and what you've been playing with. And I'll kind of talk about different archetypes that I've explored and everything that I think are good in this format, but I think it's fairly well established, like the teams that are good. And I'm also kind of happy to see that some of the earlier teams that we saw really popping off at the beginning of Regulation H are kind of petering out. They're teams that I didn't really believe in particular. There's maybe one player who's running like the standard balance team of Regulation H. I think he's an amazing player, but refuses to let that team die, and I think he's just been skill diffing everybody at tournaments as that's been happening. Haven't gone since 2020 before COVID. Oh, somebody told me that I'm not supposed to talk about COVID on stream, or that I'm not supposed to talk about politics, COVID, or anything of that sort. But I also thought I don't care about those rules. So you guys talk about whatever you want to talk about. Can we specifically talk about politics? Can we specifically talk about COVID? For any Americans out there, anything happened in the time that I've been gone? You guys didn't do anything. You guys didn't do anything crazy in the time that I've been away, have you? When Reg H takes away certain things, it makes you realize what mons you want to give a try. You know what I thought early Regulation H? I wish I would have been playing, and I just wasn't. I wasn't on Showdown. I wasn't on Cart. Battle Stadium, I haven't touched a single match in months. I can't even tell you how long it's been since I've done a single on-cartridge game. Any games that I've been playing have been on Showdown. Very few and far between. But Chaos, the whole idea there is that at the beginning of the format, I was like, my one chance to play with Orthworm, my one chance to play with some of these really fun guys, like make a Trick Room Sunflora team, whatever. A lot of these Pokemon will never see the light of day in Regulation H. In Regulation G once we go back to that. And Reg H was our last chance to play with some of them. Oh, Charizard though, DJ. I don't know if you've heard, but Charizard legitimately good in Reg H. Specs, Solar Power, incredible. Have I seen Wolfie's latest video? Which one is it? I've been watching some Wolf videos, but you're gonna have to remind me, Guardian, what the most recent one is. I think I might be up to date, but I don't know which one it is. So Kyurem White and Alolan Ninetales are expected, and I know you got that really bulky Ninetales as well. Hey, thanks everybody for the follows too. Tax for Hot Cheeto. Third Mon is actually a certain Paradox Pokemon. Ice-type Paradox Pokemon, question mark? Iron Bundle, question mark? That's a decent guy. Aren't Legends banned in Reg H? Yes. For Reg G when it comes back. Caterpie Champion, Guardian Angel, the Caterpie Champion. I caught a shiny Caterpie in Pokemon Goo. I thought of you when I caught it. Regulation H has made you more excited for Regulation G. Wait, is it Magfest? Magest is essentially a big, I'm gonna say the A word, a big, I can't say it, you guys. Talk about something more controversial, but I can't say the A word. I'll say the F word though. Music and it's a music and gaming festival. Super Mag Fest is a massive convention held in Washington D.C. If you like video games, you'll love this. It's pretty cool, man. It was not on my radar. I haven't heard of this. Bunch of performers playing live music and concerts. For the Sonic fans, you've been to a Crush 40 concert held at MagFest. Dark Soul, oh my god, Butasso as well. Man, the whole crew is coming out tonight. I've missed hanging out with you guys. So tired. Happy for this break. You and me both, man. Oh god, I haven't talked about this at all. Sorry. Let's continue to enjoy Cheeto's stream, and I promise you I will get to team reviews, and in like 3 hours I'm gonna jump into the game and do the thing that I meant to do. I didn't tell you guys where I was. This is where I should tell you an elaborate story on how the spaceship that I've been building in my backyard blew a fuse, and they couldn't order the parts because they've been discontinued after the pandemic. And so I had to watch not a YouTube tutorial, but something on a website. I think it was called Vimeo. And on Vimeo, there was a guy, and he was posting this in some like deep, dark corner of the internet, like a little formula to construct, I don't know, the element that I need to read. I don't remember what the beginning of the story was. Something that I was building in my backyard, whatever. It didn't happen. I've been away. Is the answer to the story? Is the answer to this? I think just about 2 months ago, I got a call about something happening far away from where I live, right? A couple hours away. It's not terrible. It's a drive. It's a long drive for me, right? The unsexy story is that I've been away on business, and that's really all there is to it. Ended up taking up a lot more time than I anticipated that it would, and it's going to continue to take more time. I'm back in my hometown, in my own home, sleeping on my own bed for the break. Because for all of us Americans and for anybody who celebrates, tomorrow we've got a holiday called Eat a Bunch of Food and Have Leftovers for the remainder of the week. My favorite holiday. So I'm back in town for that. I don't expect that this is going to be my last stream for a long time, but if you guys see me again, it's not going to be with the same usual background. It'll be a little different, but where I'm staying right now, I brought a setup, I bought a couple extra things and everything, right? And I've got a lot of things that I want to accomplish in-game, and I want to give Regulation H a good, honest go. So if you guys can show me what you've been playing with, as the format has been around, I would love to see it. But yeah, that's essentially why I've been away. I can get into a little more detail if you guys want, but that's basically what's been going on. We have 8 periods this year, and have a play next week. That's really cool. You joined theater this year? That's incredible, man. That's oh man, I was gonna say. Will you give us your personal information, your home address, name of your school, date and time of the play? And actually, don't do any of that stuff. We're still practicing internet safety here. But yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty incredible. I wasn't in theater, but I wrote for my school newspaper, and one of my beats was to cover, theater, and I watched nearly every play my junior and senior year in high school, and interviewed the actors, and I was pretty good friends with a lot of the performers in theater. Charizard is good in Regulation H. Yeah, the Marco Sun team I thought was pretty cool. It's an iteration of a Japanese team, which I thought was also incredible. I like Charizard, one of my favorite Pokemon. Really glad to see it pop off in Reg H. Takes over the Hisuian Typhlosion hype. Joe Ugarte at this most recent regional got second place with that Hisuian Typhlosion. I think the way that, I don't know, Joe's one of my favorite players of all time. Did not love finals. I watched that regional, by the way, and that finals was not my favorite to see. Semifinals wasn't super cool. I don't know. I love Joe, but I just, I don't know. My guy clicked Sleep Powder a lot. The video with this team. What do we got? Oh my god. Oh my god. Not this one. I haven't seen the video, but I watched the... Where did I see this? Oh my god. Is this video live? Guardian, how long ago did this drop? YouTube subscriptions. I didn't see that one, man. No, but I remember this team. I saw it again recently. Like it popped up on ladder like yesterday or something, and I was like, why is this team still around? I thought it was cool. I thought it was really creative. I love, like, the way that he ran this Galarian Weezing was incredible. Normally, this Pokemon is such dead weight, and, like, you know, give it choice specs, and it still does its job, and does a little bit of damage as well. Toadsquirrel, kind of a cool Pokemon. I think the main thing about it is being able to switch in and out. Oh my god, it's ×3! Hold on. I need to give some shout-outs. Any other content creators, Twitch streamers, musicians? Oh no, are my things broken? Why doesn't it work? No! ×3, you gotta drop your link, because I can't do it anymore. I broke all my things in my absence. You've not kept up with Pokemon. How much have you missed? How much you missed was, in time, was like, as much as the last stream. That's kind of where I am. I've been following loosely, but I think, I don't know. I'm not super in love with Regulation H. Some of the Pokemon I just think are kind of, they're just garbo, you know? I don't want to say a bad word. Thank you so much. Oh my god. Is there a secret mod watching right now? Oh my god. Whoever did that, Thank you very much. Yeah, man. Anyway, Regulation H is playing with a bunch of I'll say a bad word. We're playing with a bunch of shitmons. Oh no, stream's over. I can't believe I said that. I feel so bad. Not some of these Pokemon aren't bad. They're just they just have like low stats and don't contribute to a team. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel great about some of the Pokemon that I've seen like pop up in the format and like do really well. Sometimes, every now and again, I'll see a team and I'm like, oh my god, like Executor, good in Regulation good in Regulation H, kind of cool. All right, come on, that's kind of heat that somebody found a really interesting fast mode on a Psy Spam team that's incredibly oppressive. Other Pokemon, I'm not super excited to see showing up in this format. And whenever we get back to playing with any of the restricteds, and when we get back to, like, unfortunately, things like Urshifu and things like Fluttermane that are incredibly oppressive in the format, a lot of these fun little guys that we've been playing with, they're gonna go out the window. Chaos, not a meta player. What? I wouldn't have known that. Hisuian Typhlosion is just a fast eruption bot. I've never really believed in the Pokemon. I think he's really Sucker Punch weak. You know what? But Jumpluff is its best partner. Like far and away, its best partner. I think it's incredible. It used to be by a certain YouTuber, but it's not meta, not anti-meta is how we would describe this team. We're still talking about the Wolf team. What else is going on here? I remember Wolf did an online tournament, one of these like Saturday tours with this Hisuian Typhlosion. We'll come up there and take a look at what's interesting about this one. Wolf previously ran it with choice specs, and it was just like Eruption, Shadow Ball. Sleep Talk is kind of interesting on this team. I didn't see it in the specs version of it, but it makes a lot of sense. To be able to deal with things like opposing Spore users, whatever, Yawn, Sleep Powder, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of heat, especially if you're going to be Choice Scarf locked. Anyway, the idea on this one is I guess Wolf would popularize playing with something like Hisuian Typhlosion. Other players continue to run with it. Joe Ugarte, as I mentioned a little earlier, on his Jumpluff team, was running Specs Typhlosion, kind of closer in line with the original version that Wolf had come out with. But when he showed up to this Baltimore regional, it was, this is right before I started streaming, because I remember Patch went to this regional. I think Patch Knighted Squirrel was there as well. And anyway, Wolf brought this team, which is insane to have this Toad Squirrel, for anybody who hasn't been following what's been going on in this particular format. And also, never mind, I'll get back to that in a second. Mycelium Mite, the ability on this Toad Squirrel is basically a nerf to this somewhat speedy Spore user, right? I think it's a decent Pokemon. Earlier in this format, having special ground type damage was incredible. Ground type damage is still really valuable in this format. It's basically just the two bears and Garchomp who are able to deliver that type of damage. We've seen some odd Terra Ground, Terra Blast things that I don't necessarily believe in, but I think those three guys are the best ground types in the format. Toad Squirrel, super, super strong. And I think, I'm trying to think if it'll straight one-shot an Archaludon through an Assault Vest, and I don't think that it does. But I think that the whole idea is that you either Spore it, and it forces to Terrasilize. You either force it to Terra, or you just do incredible damage with your Earth Power on this guy. Strong guy. I think it's pretty cool. I really like this team that Wolf would come up with. But the Typhlosion that we were talking about earlier evolved into Choice Scarf. As other players started playing Hisuian Typhlosion in the Sun, Choice Specs, Terra Fire, all the good stuff, Wolf ended up going with Choice Scarf to make sure that he gets a drop on every other one of the Specs Typhlosions, right? Which I think is kind of cool. Corviknight, I think, is a busted Pokemon. I don't really play with this guy. He's a little passive. We did see it win a regional over in Europe. I think Nils Dunlop won. I don't remember which one it was that he won. I wasn't a huge fan of that team. I thought it was incredibly passive. I don't love cashing in or like betting the house on a particular Pokemon, especially if it's just some kind of like setup guy, like a really bulky setup guy. But I think the Corviknight is incredibly well positioned. It's not a hard wall to a lot of the big meta threats, but very, very difficult to take down. I think that every team should at least have an answer to Corviknight, even though it's not, I think like Guardian Angel said, it's not a meta Pokemon, but it's a really good anti-meta threat. Galarian Weezing is just neutralizing gas stuff, but again, Wolf's whole concept here was to be able to turn off abilities but deal damage with this Pokemon, which I thought was really smart. Garchomp, Life Orb, I think Clear Amulet makes sense in the coaching sets, but this is kind of standard Garchomp, which I like. Pawmot is a silly little guy. This one is actually running Protect instead of Revival Blessing, and I'm for it. I think Revival Blessing is okay, but I think that Protect is the best move in the game. Not Iron Bundle. Who's your Paradox Pokemon then, Chaos? Specs Weezing hurts you to this day. Oh, 4 days ago is when the video dropped? I didn't see that. I can't believe that I didn't notice that Wolf dropped a video on this team. I will probably be checking that out later tonight then. Dark Soul, was that you? Gave time to do the shout out. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. All right, so DJ, here's a team you've been playing. So you always have problems transferring Heart EVs to Showdown, but these are the level 50 stats, or where they would be at level 50. Let's see what you've been playing with. Hisui and Decidueye was, all right, I mentioned earlier that we're kind of looking for fighting types in Regulation H, right? And then eventually we all realize, you know, who's a pretty good fighting type? Sneasler is really good. Hisui and Decidueye, reasons why it's good is it gets scrappy, it's immune to Intimidate, but also it can hit your ghost type Pokemon for at least neutral damage, unless you're a Golden Go, in which case you can hit it for super effective damage. How insane is that? That you can, like, really only pay attention to Golden Go's steel typing with this guy. Problem with Hisui and Decidueye is it's ridiculously slow. It's not fun. We've got a Trick Room mode, it looks like, on this team. All right, we do have a Trick Room mode on the team to be able to get Hisui and Decidueye up and running. Scrappy is the main reason why it's really good. Triple Arrows is a fun move because it's got a chance to flinch, it's got a chance to drop defense, and something else. So you guys will have to remind me what that third activation is there. Leaf Blade, good grass type coverage. Brave Bird, that's bird type damage is also really valuable in the format as well. And then knockoff, if you run an Assault Vest, you can't run Protect. What team doesn't appreciate having a knockoff on it? Hisui and Decidueye, strong Pokemon. We saw an evolution, iterations on teams like this eventually ended up adopting Flamigo, who gets things like Dual Wing Beat, be able to KO a Sneasler through a Focus Sash. A little faster, gets Feint, gets Wide Guard. Excellent contender for a Focus Sash. I thought the Flamigo team, whenever that regional was incredible. I really do like Scrappy Flamigo. So that was a pretty cool thing to see. So Bundle can be there too. But you had an urge to chuck Iron Moth or on your bulky Snow Pair. I think I've seen Iron Moth do stuff before. It gets Heat Wave, it gets Acid Spray, it gets Sludge Wave. It's got a lot of good moves. Since you personally expect Miraidons to be everywhere, if you want a good Miraidon counter, that Iron Leaves is pretty good against Miraidon teams. It's a thing that really threatens me as a Miraidon player. You need to find a mon that helps you in the Rain matchup with the team that you sent me. Rain is, I think Rain is still a strong archetype. Everybody needs to have a Rain answer. Weather's really popular in this format, so maybe we can talk about that too. Psychic Seed and Deity I think is pretty strong. With Psychic Seed, you live things like, Specs. You live a lot of stuff. I think you live a Terra Normal Blood Moon with this. If you've got Psychic Seed and you got this much special defense investment, even at Bold, you should definitely be able to live that. By the way, I found out that on cartridge, I have a shiny 0 speed Indeedee, which I never knew. I never checked the speed EV. It's decent, but it's 1 point, meaning that at level 50, it is essentially a 0 speed Indeedee. Shiny 0 speed Indeedee. Completely legitimate. Like, I was like amazed that was even a possibility, right? With Trick Room because of Generation 9, it was so cool. Pretty standard Indeedee here. Cloak Annihilate I think is strong. Maybe Goggles Annihilate is really strong as well to be able to avoid things like Amoonguss and everything. Covert Cloak, really nice in this format to be able to deal with things like Sneasler. Of course, Dire Claw, if we haven't talked about the elephant in the room, the Sneasler in the room, Dire Claw has a 50% chance of activating a status condition including Poison, Paralysis, or Sleep, the worst of the three, right? In addition, if you've got Poison Touch as your ability, then you've got a higher chance of rolling a status condition. Usually Poison is what ends up happening. You can Poison through a Lumberry, let's say the Dire Claw procs status condition, you get a Paralysis or whatever, Lumberry activates, they get rid of the Paralysis, Sleep, Poisoning even, and then the game will check for Poison Touch, in which case your guy has another opportunity to be poisoned. One thing about Covert Cloak Annihilate, watch out for things like Icy Wind or whatever. You will not get your stat drop, and you won't get your Defiant activation for that kind of thing, right? Covert Cloak is nice in this format to avoid things like, stat drops or whatever, but also to avoid flinches, but also to avoid things like Dire Claw procs. So I kind of see the vision here, but we want to take the Icy Wind things, Icy Wind drops. Sinistra, I've seen you play with this guy a whole lot. I think Sinistra is good in this format. I like it. Machagacha, Rage Powder, Strength Sap, Trick Room. Life do really good on this guy right now. Ursaluna really nice. Really, again, just every team having to have multiple Sneasler counters. And looking at what we got here, you've got this Hisui and Decidueye that should be able to one-shot a Sneasler as long as it's not Focus Sashed. We've got Annihilate, who's generally okay into Sneasler, and you've got Covert Cloak on the team. What's his name? Sinister is incredibly bulky, keep the rest of the team alive. Neutral damage to Dire Claw, and the only other attacking move that traditionally Sneasler wants to run, unless you're going to run Throat Chop, is going to be close combat, meaning that Sinister has got an immunity and can redirect there. Ursaluna, also who's weak to fighting type moves, so is Incineroar, gets protection from that weakness by the Sinister redirecting the fighting type attacks. I'm talking too long about this team, I got to speed through it. But anyway, this is a nice synergy that we've got here. Of course, good Trick Room Pokemon, all that kind of good stuff, right? And then Goggles Incineroar, who I completely believe in this format, in previous formats, in every future format. I think this is one of the best Pokemon available in the game. This one is super offensive, but that doesn't surprise me here. So you're a person who likes the Toadsquirrel and Weezing, but not Specs. What are the other versions of Weezing like? You like Citrus on your Weezings? You chuck a Slacking onto the team to make it more fun. Hisuian Decidueye is fun. You did try to make it slower with Min Speed. Since Min Speed Hisuian Decidueye is -1 in speed anyway, it can be the same speed numbers as Ursaluna's. I didn't know that. I thought that... You guys let me know if I'm wrong here. I think that Hisuian Decidueye is base... I want to say that it's base 85. I want to say that guy is base 85. No, that's impossible. Because nah, there's no way. Nah, he's lower than base 85. He's like base... He's lower than base 85 for sure, but the Ursalunas are base 50. They're super slow. So you had Scary Face Murkrow as a way to help you there. Scary Face Murkrow, I think, is kind of cool, right? Even helps you in the Trick Room matchup. You can self-Scary Face. Even if they have up some like Psychic Terrain with their Indeedis or whatever, you can self-target still, even if it's a priority move. You just can't target your opponent on the other side of the field with priority. So you hate... you've lived a Terra Normal Blood Moon with a Life Orb boost. With the Psychic Seed, you will definitely live that. You'd like to keep that, but I keep it for myself. Oh, which one was it? Oh, the Indeedee? Yeah, man, I'm super happy with that one. Umbreon survived in a similar case. Umbreon super bulky. I think it's a decent Pokemon in this format. You know, honestly, in Regulation H, a lot of Pokemon can be decent Pokemon, except for Arboliva, because you guys can't sell me on that one. When you had Umbreon and Hisuian Zoroark, pair with Pelipper or Caledon, I think Hisuian Zoroark has got a lot of great synergy with some of the best Pokemon in the game right now, in being a Ghost type and having full immunity to... it's got full immunity to Ghost and Normal, of course, but having the full immunity to fighting types as well, you can kind of bait an attack into the Hisuian Zoroark while it's posing as an Arcalodon or something like that. I've seen a lot of players just go ahead and go for a turn 1 Hyper Voice, either Throat Spray or traditionally Specs as well with that guy, so my practice is very, ordinarily to go for a Throat Chop on that guy if I see it. If I see somebody playing Hisuian Zoroark, I normally assume that it's showing up turn 1. I think that's a fun Pokemon and can be really oppressive, especially like on a hard Trick Room type team. You actually had a fun team combined with a very weird Garchomp. Can I hear about the Garchomp? There was a player that I really admire who said that he had like an interesting take on Garchomp, but I didn't get to see it. Terra Water Garchomp with Liquidation. All right, that's kind of insane. The Garchomp did okay in testing, but nothing too bad or too good. I had a Terra Water Liquidation guy on the team that I ran. I was running Overquill, which I thought was kind of cool. I really like poison typing. To have a resistance to opposing poison types and everything, right? I really like Poison Stab. The reason why I loved Overquill was in earlier formats, base 60, same speed as Primarina. That makes a lot more sense because we're still talking about Hisuian Decidueye. Sorry, DJ, just quickly, those are my thoughts on the team. To be able to deal with rain, I don't know if there's anybody on the team that you want to get rid of, right? Because to get up your Trick Room, Indeedee, Incineroar are a good lead if you're doing closed team sheets. Indeedee Annihilate because your opponents are going to think that it's Final Gambit. I've also seen like max speed Annihilates go ahead and go for things like close combat. Go ahead and go for things like what is it called? Final Gambit. Even if it's just kind of like it's just an option, Annihilate is a Pokemon that we've seen a lot of creativity with in recent formats, including Regulation H, where it does run those two moves. It runs Coaching. I've seen it, I don't believe in this last one, but I've seen it run Earthquake. Really, really interesting Pokemon to play with. The Earthquake thing has only ever been on Weakness Policy, Weak Armor, Armor Rouge kind of things, in which case you could also give this guy U-Turn. I don't believe in those last two moves as much, but I think it's a really versatile Pokemon. So you had fun ways to make Dango's worser case. Let me hear more about that. Anyway, I want to find a team, and I know exactly where to get it for you guys. All right, check this out. So,
hello and welcome.
This, for anybody who's not watching this guy's stuff on YouTube, this is the guy who got second at Worlds in the 2023 season, has been playing very well, won a regional, I believe, in the 2024 season, and he's one of the best Pokemon players in the world. This is that team that I was talking about a little earlier, right? That is kind of, God, Reg H has been around for a couple months now, 2 months, I think, if I'm calculating correctly, the time that I've been gone. Reg H has been on for about 2 months. And this was the first very strong balanced type team. And if we look at the type synergies here, we talk about it all the time here. But we do have Fire, Water, Grass, Fairy, Dragon, Steel, the two most common defensive and offensive trios here, right? One of the things that makes this Michael DeBest team slightly unique is the Magmar. Traditionally, we see things like Electabuzz on this, but this gives a strong fire type damage. One of the ideas is that Electabuzz is really nice into things like Amoonguss to be able to redirect a Spore and not fall asleep because you've got Vital Spirit as your ability, right? And I know that we love things like Flame Body on our Magmars, right? I think that's an incredible ability, but in a format where Amoonguss is thriving well enough, it's really nice to be able to redirect Spore. And for something like Sneasler, you can only get poisoned, right? With something like I don't know if Magmar can get paralyzed, right? But it can't get put to sleep. Is the idea. Magmar, I don't think can get, Electabuzz, I don't think can get paralyzed. It cannot be put to sleep. It can get poisoned, however, right? But it's one of the reasons why Magmar and Electabuzz have been really good. The reason for having Magmar in this team is because not only can you absorb the spores, right? Where Magmar really wants to taunt an Amoonguss, Magmar wants to KO an Amoonguss, and I think that's pretty valuable, right? I think that this Magmar is modest, and it's got like the last 4 EVs into special attack, but just having a modest Magmar should be able to one-shot things like Golden Go, Paper Thin Golden Go. It should be able to one-shot things like Amoonguss, and there's one more calc that I thought was really interesting with this Magmar. Just does like incredible damage into things like Rillaboom as well, opposing Rillaboom. So Magmar, for that reason, was run on this team. Ordinarily, I think Electabuzz is slightly better. And I think this team is kind of outdated too. We've seen this Dragapult before. It's just Banded Dragapult. We know what it does. This one is Terra Ghost, Terra Blast. Previously, Michael was running Adamant with Terra Dragon Outrage, which, if you guys haven't done that, it's incredible. It does insane amounts of damage. You get to pick any non-fairy type Pokemon, any non-fairy, non-steel type Pokemon to just get rid of on turn 1. It is ridiculous damage. So good. Primarina, Dondozo answer. Not the best Dondozo answer. Dondozo players have been opting for Heavy Slam, Terra Steel specifically to be able to deal with Clear Smog, Amoonguss, and Primarina. I said that I haven't been following Regulation H, and here's like the download on Regulation H, right? And everything else is somewhat standard, right? The EVs aren't necessarily standard on the Rillaboom and on the King Gambit, but if you guys want to watch this guy's team report, let me go ahead and drop it here in the chat if you guys are interested. I think that he's an incredible player, and he's worth following for that type of information, right? Pros and cons to the teams, but he kind of goes into it in his team report. Anyway, for this type of balanced team, I really liked Overquill. One of the main reasons is it just... DJ, I think that you've played with a Gunk Shot Pokemon in the past, and Gunk Shot on Overquill in the rain, first off, it's incredibly fast. It's actually faster than Basculegion, and it just threatens one-shots into all of these guys, right? Sneasler, first off, this is not Unburdened. This is just Poison Touch. Sneasler, so in the rain, you should be able to outspeed the Sneasler. In the rain, you should be able to outspeed Dragapult. And here's the thing. While you do have Throat Chop or Crunch, depending on whatever you want to use, I think Throat Chop is a better move in this format. It's got a ton of good uses into things like Hyper Voice. It's really good into things like Como-O. A lot of Como-O players, since Ashen Cox got second place at NAIC, have been running the special set, which I think is really good. But every time I see it, I just Throat Chop it, and now you can't click your 2 best moves. So I think Throat Chop is really good in this format. I think Crunch is a fine move, but Throat Chop is a little better right now for Hyper Voice and for that kind of thing. For Perish Song, there's a lot of random Perish Song teams that pop up. Wolf ran a Perish Song team at a tournament over the last month, and every time he does something, on ladder, a couple players will pick it up. So anyway, Throat Chop for that reason I think is really strong. You can Throat Chop one-shot a Dragapult with your Stab, Throat Chop, Overquill. However, normally I'll see Dragapult players, if they're Terra Dragon like they were when this team was really popular, immediately go for Terra, and in that situation I go for Gunk Shot instead. And if you're Life Orb Gunk Shot, you don't have to Terra, you don't have to Stellar, you don't have to do any of that. You just one-shot a Dragapult. It's ridiculous. For any Basket Legion players, if you're playing Choice Band, even if you're playing Mystic Water, if you're in the rain and you go Terra Water, you'll also one-shot and outspeed a Dragapult, right? Some of the reasons why Dragapult is kind of dying off. King Gambit, of course, is really threatening to this guy as well, but that's why you have Redirection and Fake Out, and you've got your own King Gambit on this team, too. This one's not best with low kick, but these are some of the things that Dragapult really doesn't like to see. Primarina, again, Gunk Shot just one-shots this guy. Rillaboom, Gunk Shot really deals with them pretty well. And for the Magmar, because I really miss Basket Legion, I went for Terra Water Liquidation. The reason why I went for this is Liquidation is a strong enough move. In the rain, you get a boost, and Terra Water, that damage starts stacking up even if you're an Overquill. You've got to go for Terra to get some of these one-shots, but it was fine. I don't think it's the best Pokemon in the format at all. I think Basket Legion is so much better, but it was fun when this team was popular. Let me see what you guys got here. Some unholy force made you make this. DJ, if this is a stall team, stream ends right now. So when Reg G comes back, you're going to be happy to use some mons you haven't used, or only used like twice, like Dialga or Palkia. Man, I just recently got a shiny Dialga. So last time I was streaming, I started playing Pokemon Go, and I fell so deep into it, I started playing every single day for like at least an hour a day. And I'm kind of over it now. I don't even do my dailies in Go anymore, which is kind of disappointing. But there were Dialga and Palkia raids recently, Chaos, and I went out and I did two. No, I don't remember how many I did. I think the first day I did two for Palkia, one for Dialga. I think that's how it went down. But check this out, man. Where's my boy? Boom. Shiny Dialga. Origin form. That was so cool. I wanted to shiny hunt him in a game, but he just popped up in Go, so that was really cool. Maybe, if you got a team for him, maybe I'll play him at some point. Eternatus again? I think Eternatus is not a bad Pokemon in Reg G. There are like the 7 best restricteds for sure, but I think that Eternatus isn't bad, right? I can't say that he's bad. He's just not the strongest one. Actively try to use Lugia. Oh god, Lugia is a hard Pokemon to use. I won't say that one's bad either. It's just hard to use. I've been beaten by a Lugia before, even with my like Reg G team, which I thought was like, that team was heat. The only legendary you will not try is Cali Shadow. Cali Shadow is so strong. He's my worst matchup by far in oppressive Pokemon. And there are just too many ways to run it too. It seems like it wants to be really linear, right? That you just want to go for like Focus Sash or whatever, right? But we've seen players do all kinds of interesting things with it. It's been Focus Sash, it's been Choice Specs, which is really scary. I've seen Choice Scarf. I've seen Citrus Berry. I've seen Leftovers. There's a lot that you can do with the Pokemon. Make it super bulky. Give it all the support that it needs. It's just Terra has only made that Pokemon better. It's incredible. I've definitely played with it before, but I play like more of a balanced Cali Shadow kind of thing. Urshifu is similar because any other way you can run it is likely lose for you because of how Urshifu is typically ran. I've got an Urshifu on my Reg G team, but my Urshifu's insane. My Urshifu is like actually, you know what? It's not even optimized yet. It's optimized to take really important KOs, but my Urshifu's not the Urshifu that you guys saw at Worlds. All right, so this team, the DJ put together, we've got Weezing with neutralizing gas to get rid of the ability on slacking, right? Drain Punch, Body Slam, Knockoff, Protect. I don't know why I did it in that order. Protect on a banded slacking. It's not. If you don't need a 4th move, Protect isn't bad, right? Sometimes I've had Protect on like a Specs Golden Go, right? In case you get knocked off after you go Terra Steel or something, right? Or in case you're running Trick on your guy, right? You trick off your Choice Specs, your Choice Scarf, whatever you want to run on them, and then you can open up your Protect. I've definitely done that in the past, right? But anyway, actually, Banded Slacking. I saw this in a team at a regional. I don't remember which regional it was, but I saw somebody run a similar slacking, at least with the item, right? Banded Slacking, and it had a pretty decent run. God. I gotta follow my curiosity on this one, boys. Let me see. I'm gonna look at Slacking's highest performance since we're talking about Galarian Weezing. I know that I saw it. Best performance? Where? Wide League, Tommy's Tuesday. Huh. I'm not gonna find it. Why am I not finding it? Greg H. Sacramento? Was it just recently? There we go. Oh gosh. Maybe I was wrong. Leftover slacking. Never mind, I'm not gonna find it. Somewhere out there, somebody was running. Oh no, and it's my boy Sableye. I love this guy so much. Skill swap makes sense. I see what you're going for. But air balloon, it's like somebody needs to make a tier list of like the worst items in the game. I hate air balloon. I think that item is straight garbage. Like maybe for like in-game play. If you guys are like, I don't know, fighting the Elite Four or something, sure, like air balloon. I hate that item. I would never put that in the team. Change up the team a little bit. Let me see the new pace then. Kind of hate how your Raids and Scarlet are trying to tell you. Your Raids and Scarlet? What you're talking about the 7-star raids? What are you playing there? Team is so bad, you're thinking about giving up on it? Well, let's improve the team. Slacking's a little difficult to pilot with Choice Band, if I'm being honest, right? I think that if you lose your Weezing, then you got skill swap on one of you guys? Nah, it's too much. It's too much setup. If you lose your Weezing, then you're stuck with your banded Slacking. You get never mind. I don't know what I'd run on him alternatively. Murkrow, Haze, deal with Dondozo, set up Volcarona, really any setup guys, Nasty Block, Golden Go, all that kind of stuff. Really Dondozo, which is super important to be able to deal with. Brave Bird, I believe in Brave Bird on Murkrow, right? I run a ton of bulk on him, right? Eviolite does do you a great service if you're running a ton of bulk on the guy. But Brave Bird, even like very minimal attack investment, does a ton of damage anyway. I believe in bird type damage, and sometimes I just want Murkrow off the field after it sets up a Tailwind. So I can like knock myself out with Brave Bird if my opponent decides, you know what, Murkrow's not really posing a threat, I want to ignore it. But I do put a ton of bulk on my guy. Mental Herb Klefki, I think that's fine. Magic Room, Thunder Wave, Dazzling Gleam, and Protect. Magic Room is one of these moves that I believe like switches your defensive stats and like that. Maybe it doesn't with the abilities. I don't see it used too often. Klefki's a nice screen setter. Thunder Wave I think is really useful speed control. You can also get some paralyses, of course, right? And D-Gleam. We've seen Klefki show up as a screen setter in Regulation H. There's a player who ran it on a stream game against Wolf. And oh god, I'll tell you guys, this stream match, one of the most boring stream matches I've ever seen. It was like set up Arcalodon with like screens and just like a lot of recovery, and that Arcalodon just sat on the field forever. Not a fun watch on stream, and I can't imagine that it was a fun game to play. I think Wolf ended up losing that set. Spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen it, but not super fun to watch. But it was just a really passive team. Farigiraf I think is cool. I've been wanting to make this guy work, but I haven't thought of a good team for him yet. Imprison Trick Room, I see the vision there. And then, oh wait, no, there's our guy, Doodle, Grafii. That's another mode with slacking. I think this team's a little difficult. You're really betting on slacking to be able to do your damage, and surprisingly, your next best damage output is actually no, you got Weezing to deal some damage there too. But surprisingly, Murkrow's a good damage dealer on the team. I think the team needs a little more boom. It needs more hit, if I'm being honest. All right, new team. You hate that team archetype anyway, even then, your Indeedie's been able to invest its speed and annoys you to end with it. Sorry, I think I missed something there. Chaos. We're talking about Reg G. So you're like, what the hell to do with such a chance despite your hatred of Psy-Spam team? But Trick Room is fine enough. I don't love Psy-Spam as an archetype, but I've been tempted to run male Indeedie. Well, I don't want to say that I've been tempted. I've been curious to run male Indeedie. I've still been running female Indeedie. Not for any side spam stuff, and not for Trick Room either. I've definitely set up a Trick Room with that Indeedee before. If I'm like in tight situations, even like on a rain team, like with Basque Legion or whatever, I had an opponent in a showdown ask me if I was running min speed Basque Legion, and I was like, no man, you took away my rain, and I needed speed control, so I set up a Trick Room. But I think a Psychic Terrain is really valuable to block opposing priority, and then also to be able to do undo Trick Rooms and then set up your own Trick Room. I've actually got like an insane game where the entire time I lost that one, but my opponent and I went like 17 turns. Fighting over weather, fighting over terrain, and fighting over speed control. It was a crazy game. I had to save the replay, even though like at the end of the day, like I ended up losing. But it was such a good game. It was crazy. Guardian, you think it's a good team, but you have a lot of testing to do. Let me see what you got. Oh wait, this is it. Oh my God, it's Ghosty Ghostin. It is a Thanksgiving miracle. You know, I've seen. I haven't been on the server recently. But I've seen you guys popping up there. Let's take a look at this match just quickly. Let's see what you cooked up, Guardian. Oh, why is it looking weird? Did I do something? I didn't think this through. It's alright. Alright, let me go back to it. Sound off. Oh, wait, hold on. Guardian, I see that you're running with Toad Scroll. Leaf Storm does ridiculous damage here. That's kind of cool. You get up your Trick Room. Oh, you reversed your boy's Trick Room. That was pretty crazy. New stream layout. Yes. I think it looks kind of cool. You know what? I feel like I'm more of a stream layout designer than I am a streamer, because I spent so much more time building this thing than I have streaming over the last 2 months. Embor's kind of cool. Guardian, if you want a little more Embor inspiration, I think that this guy was running it in Trick Room for sure. Does ridiculous amounts of damage, as you probably know from running this team. Is that AV Ursaluna, by the way? You took that Ice Beam really well. Oh, but the Porygon didn't have an attack boost, special attack boost. Paul Ruiz, former world champion. I think he won Worlds in 2017. Incredible player, is still playing this game to this day. YouTuber, I watch his stuff in both English and in Spanish. He's come out with a team with Embor. I wish I could, I think his name on YouTube is like Ralph Dude or something like that. Something, there could be a number as well, but great player and had a great team with Embor too. Its damage output is insane. Chaos. No good in speed, so pretty good in actual. And then Ghosty, wondering if you want to play Pokemon right now. I haven't been playing in a long time. I've been away for like 2 months, and I've played some, especially since I've been back in town. I've been playing Regulation H. I think the format is okay. I don't think it's super fun, in my opinion, right? But Ghosty, you and I, we have a philosophical difference here, where I love playing with legendaries. The power level's a little low in this format. This is such a classic Guardian team, by the way. The closer I look at it, you've got all of the, you've got a lot of the, not all of them, but you've got a lot of the classic Guardian Pokemon. I'm looking at that Comfy, and I'm looking at, you like the whole Slowpoke line. I think that's a Galarian Slowking that I see there. Kind of a cool team. And it is AV on that Ursaluna. You did take that Ice Beam really, really well. Hey man, I'm doing okay. I'm doing really well. I've just been busy with I want to say work stuff, but it's not my work. I've been busy with somebody else's work stuff, I should say, right? But it's all it's a net positive, right? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily want to be doing at the moment. I've been out of town for roughly 2 months. I'm in town for the holidays, of course, and in this time I will definitely be streaming. But when I get back to doing all that work, I might continue to stream. I intend to continue to stream. Just the setting is going to be different. I'm not going to be here in my beautiful bedroom, in my wonderful home. I'll be somewhere else. You don't know if Comfy and Slowking should stay? I don't. I didn't get to see what they did. You won the whole game with your strong guys. This Toad Scroll, this Ursaluna, both special ground type attackers. Really. I'd say Toad Scroll definitely anti-meta Pokemon. Ursaluna, just oppressive Pokemon. Super, super good. Ghosty Ghostin, by the way, how are you, man? Do I have the pace for the team? Oh man, I think I missed a Guardian. All right, hold on. Would you do me a favor and send it again? Because I want to take a look at the sets in a little more detail. And as we do that, I'm gonna do some gameplay. Because tonight, I have a goal. We're officially 1 hour into the stream, which is good night time for me. And tonight, what I plan to do, and what I plan to do for a good while, I've got a cousin who is he's such a dedicated shiny hunter. I remember in Sword and Shield, he was doing, I went to their house, and I watched him do, 80-something encounters with the Galarian Ponyta, and at that point I was like, alright man, I'm gonna head out. Because it was too much for me, and he had done hundreds, he's been hunting, shiny hunting that guy for years and years, right? And at some point, I caught 2 Galarian Ponyta, shiny Galarian Ponyta in Pokemon Go, and I was like, hey man, I got a couple, right? I can just trade you one. And it's like, no, I've got a bunch of them in Go. And I'm like, why are you shiny hunting it in Shield? Because he wants to get it in that game in particular, right? He's done a lot of full odds hunts. He's actually, I don't remember what generation it was. Do you guys remember the Chimchar generation? Which one is that? Shiny hunting Staryu, exactly, Guardian Angel. Not just Staryu, but I'm shiny hunting every Gen 1 Pokemon. I think that my cousin, he definitely has all the Gen 1 Pokemon. I don't even know what games he's got them in, but he's got a fresh copy of all of them from Let's Go Pikachu or Eevee. I don't know which one it is. But yeah, his shiny hunting is so precise and dedicated. He loves full odds hunting. And if he's just casually shiny hunting something, it's usually in Sword and Shield. For fun, we'll just play Legends and we'll run into things. And together, we're actually going to do 2 shiny hunts in Sword and Shield through Dynamax Adventures. It's for Lunala and Solgaleo. And I believe the Dynamax Adventures are the only way to get those 2 shinies in particular. We played Pokemon Go together during Zamazenta and Zacian, and he got shinies of both of them. Unfortunately, I didn't get either one of them, but they're back in raids right now for anybody who does play Pokemon Go. But yeah, man, I've been hanging out with that guy while I've been out of town, and his shiny hunting has inspired me to go for the shiny living dex. I'm super far away from it. I don't intend to complete it in 2024. I might not even complete it in 2025. By the time I get even close to over 1,000 original species that we've got in this game, including variants, other counterparts, convergent species, the whole works, there's going to be Gen 10. So this is going to be a long ride. This guy, though, he's about 800 original species into his shiny living dex. It's insane. Rebuying online right now, Ghostly, that is a good decision. Get a load of your latest hunt. What have you been hunting, Pyro? Oh my god, it's video game. I think it's safe to say that I'm back. I've talked a little bit about why I've been gone, and the long story short is I got I've just been people knock on my door every single day offering me these modeling contracts and everything. I'm like, I'm a busy man, I don't know if I can do it. But they whip out a nice camera and I say, I gotta give the people what they want. Also what I want. So I've been posing for pretty pictures for 2 months now. Just kidding. But the VOD will have the true story. Pyro, you're in the final round of competition, and your opponent is none other than Naps the Potato. Whoever catches a shiny... Trubbish, why? Whoever catches a shiny Trubbish first wins. Oh god. You must find the Trubbish in the wild. The game is Sword and Shield. Trubbish only spawns in one place. Has a 5% chance of even appearing. Big fan of the new layout. Thank you so much, man. I actually, I really did put some work into it. I spent I had a really simple concept. And I ended up spending... I wanted to do it in 2 hours, and then I spent a whole afternoon on it. But the main thing about it that I like, if I can share about this just quickly, is the thought bubble is dead, but I've got this thing now. Which, if we want to watch showdown replays, if we want to review teams, or just check out stuff on the internet, it's there for that. Also for gameplay, because I got a lot of stuff covering the actual gameplay in the background, I'll pop it up in here. Chat can disappear very quickly. Face cam can disappear at the click of a button. Basically, I organized OBS. I never put anything in groups, but I finally just sat down and did it. God, I don't even know how to feel about this shiny hunt. By the way, Pyro, Trubbish is. I thought it was my least favorite Pokemon, and then I realized that there are a lot of other Pokemon I didn't even know were a thing. When I started playing Go, I was like, "What is a Patrat?" I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a late April Fool's joke or something. I was like, this thing does not register as a Pokemon to me. But But apparently it is, and it evolves too. I don't like that thing, but I might like it less than Trubbish. This idea of going for this one, though, is interesting to me because it gets a G-Max form. Its evolution gets a G-Max form, and at some point down the line, in home, I've got like a specific box that's going to be for my shiny G-Max Pokemon. And tragically, unfortunately, I've got to go for that Garbodor, whatever his name is. This hunt is not for the impatient. It's a slog. How long have you been doing it? How far are you guys into it? Alright, and Ghostly, does that mean that you got online? If you got online, then we gotta fight at some point. And I'm not talking about a battle, I'm saying that you gotta 1v1 me IRL. You're grinding for starters in Scarlet Violet by yourself. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. Oh my god. Why did I do this? Oh, I remember. Okay, so I recently had to get... Oh, I know why. Okay. So you guys do the Meloetta thing yet? I recently had to go back and get a bunch of starters, right? Like all 3 stages of every starter Pokemon. And I couldn't remember exactly why it was, and I remember now why it was. In Pokemon Home, they've got that thing. They've got like the Meloetta event that's been going on for I don't even know how long now, like over a month. And if you complete your Pokedex in Scarlet Violet for all 3, so main game and both DLCs, you get a shiny Meloetta, which is incredible. That Pokemon has never been released as a shiny. It's not incredibly easy to get unless you got the DLC for Scarlet Violet and you do the crazy things they make you do. But as a shiny, that was incredible. I could not pass that up, and I immediately started completing the Pokedex. It has to be caught in those games specifically. You can't transfer Pokemon over from home, from any other generation or whatever. You have to complete your Pokedex in Scarlet Violet specifically, right? And that was not fun to do, but as I was getting the starters recently, Ghostly, I just happened across a shiny, what's his name? Baby Quaquaval? Quaqua Baby? Quacklet? I think that's his name. I got a shiny Quacklet, and I'd already evolved like my original Quacklet, my original shiny, wait, Mega Hydrate? I didn't even see that happen! I evolved my original shiny, Quacklet, into Quaquaval, and in doing this like shiny Living Dex project, I thought eventually I'm gonna have to get the other ones as well. So shiny hunting the starters, Vidagamer is not fun at all. But and Vidagamer, you inspired another thing that I'm doing in Sword and Shield actively at the moment, and I wish I could have given you this thought months ago before I started doing it myself. But more on that later. Anyway, so I've got 2 Quacklets now, right? I've got the fully evolved one, and I got the baby Quacklet, and all I need is a middle evolution. At some point, I'll go back and do it again. To this day, I still don't have a Sprigatito. I've been shiny hunting that thing since the beginning of the game, since Scarlet and Violet dropped. I've been trying to get an egg, and I have not been able to do it. Not only do I want 1 of each, I want 3 of each. It is... there's a YouTuber I've been watching recently, since I'm now a shiny hunter, I guess. I'm more of a competitor, but I like shiny hunting. He says the F in Masuda stands for fun, and I'm like, oh, you know what? There's a reason to that. Girl, so you're gonna be grinding out Violet and try to finish the Dex. It's doable. It's just not fun. There's a lot of Pokemon that are kind of irritating to get. If you want to get back into VGC, this is a place. You got the whole crew in chat right now. Those guys live and breathe competitive Pokemon, and then also, depending on what the format is, I've been known to be pretty good at VGC as well. How do I feel about Heatmore? I didn't know that Heatmore was in the game. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh my god, I'm like sipping this thing. It's a Mega Hydrate. I haven't done that in a long time. Had a lot of points in the back. You should make me, do you have 50,000? I hope you don't. So you've said it in the server, but you joined a VGC Draft League. Do I want to see your most recent rematch? Yes. You've been on the hunt for almost a week, but you've encountered 330 Trubbish, 0 shinies. That's not awful, because I learned earlier today in my Shiny Kanto project how does it work in Sword and Shield? Do you guys remember? Shiny odds are what they always are, but you can increase the odds with Shiny Charm and with, I don't remember what they call it, but with doing battles, right? You have to battle, I think, max 500 Pokemon, and Pyro, you're pretty close. Oh, you're more than halfway to the 500, but I think that it stacks, right? Like, the first 50 that you knock out, I can't remember the other tiers, but it starts with 50 and it ends with 500, and every time you increase, you know, every time you level up to the next stage, tier, whatever of knockouts, you have an increased chance, an increased likelihood, better shiny odds is what I'm trying to say, right? So that 330, every one of these guys that you knock out, even though they're a 5% spawn rate, you're getting closer, I want to say. I learned that earlier today because, yes, Guardian, you called it out earlier. I am specifically going for this shiny, what's his name? Staryu. You know how I remember Staryu and Starmie? I always think that Starmie is a cool one, right? I love Starmie. I think Staryu is cool too. I love Staryu as well, but I love me some Starmie. Guardian, I saw you saying that I'm getting sidetracked out there in chat, which is true. I'll read that comment in 10 seconds. I just realized you got to get a new foreign ditto. And not tonight, Ghostly, but I got a foreign ditto for you. I've got a couple foreign dittos. They're up for grabs. You're welcome to have one. Quaxlu? Nah, man, I think that guy's called Quax. What did I call him? Quaxlet. Quaxit? Quacklet? There we go. Quacklet is his name. You need to complete the Scarlet Violet home decks, or just all the decks in the game. All three of them. So the main. How do I describe this accurately? The main 400, right? So the regional decks. There we go. That's the word that I'm looking for. Yeah, the Paldea regional decks, and then also the Pokedex for Blueberry Academy and for Kitakami, right? So it's a ton, but a lot of these Pokemon, like a large chunk of them, are in the base game. But it's some work to do, man. It's worth doing. I think that the Shiny Meloetta is really, really cool. But I wouldn't do it twice. I would just get the one. Y'all are real if you got the second one though. Quax Lee. I've never seen that man before in my life. I'm pretty sure his name is Quackit. You're skipping game one because you got your booty butt kicked due to the fact you forgot to give a comfy triage. All right, hold on. I'm sorry, Guardian. I want to take a look at this team, but I've been streaming for over an hour now, and I'll probably be here for another little bit. So I gotta keep these things moving. Who's playing with Arboliva? That Pokemon's not allowed. Oh my god. It's my boy. I can't believe that you put Arboliva on this team. Wait, what? There we go. Viewpoint, video gamer. Let's see what's going on here. Petition from Miltank to be in Gen 10. I'm hoping. I'm also shiny hunting Miltank. Technically, I'm shiny hunting every single Pokemon that ever exists. But if I show you my in-game team, I've got a Miltank in there. Alright, game 3. I'll open it, but I won't click play just yet. Anyone got fun plans for Thanksgiving? I'm gonna eat until I'm in pain, and then the next day I'll do it again. You guys have any plans for tomorrow? Right, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I've been back in town and I've been like not doing anything. I've been shiny hunting for days since I've been back in town, and it's amazing. First off, to like not work or like do anything. It's pretty good. It's a sweet deal if I'm being honest with you guys. But I don't know what day it is today. Is it Wednesday? You can do 6.2 mega hydrates. I can't. Oh my god! With your points, how much is 1 mega hydrate? What's the price on that? Oh. All right, cool. I'm glad to see. I didn't even see the battle, but I'm glad to see that the last two standing belong to Video Game. Let's watch game 2 here. As long as the sound is off. I'm gonna catch this Starmie, by the way. Sorry, Staryu. I'm gonna catch a Staryu before the stream is over. We love getting sidetracked. Would it be a tree stream without it? Yeah, accurate. Kind of reminds me of a Patch stream. Patch has been streaming. His streams like are always incredible. First off, but he's been streaming pretty regularly as well. Guys to be watching at the moment, and guys that I've personally been watching as well. Extra Hot Cheeto, Patch, and I think I also saw Napster and Twin Dagger streaming earlier contemporaneously, and then they're doing a Soul Link at the moment for anybody who's keeping up with the whole crew. You haven't been around lately? Man, me neither. Like, obviously. But it's, I'm just glad that, like, all of us are just, like, in town, you know? Over break, when there's no school and there's no work or whatever, it's just nice to be able to do this. Talk Pokemon, play Pokemon. Honestly, I've been needing to do this. The legendary Triple Protect. I got a Triple Protect. I didn't save the replay. But it was a sight to see. What are the odds on a Triple Protect? I had an opponent prepping for Draft League. Also, this is a doubles draft league that I'm noticing right now. Where did this come from? What's the name of your draft league, Video Gamer? You probably mentioned it in the server. I haven't been in there. But that's really cool. This is a lot more my speed. In the singles draft league that I was doing, there was a prep game. I don't remember which. I can't remember any of my games anymore. That was way too long ago. But during prep for a certain matchup, my opponent went for, it was Alola Mola. And my opponent, I think it was like Lefties, Regenerator, Alola Mola. I don't remember what, maybe it wasn't Leftovers. But it was Toxic Stall. Alright, so that's what it was. So it was, there were a bunch of Regenerate Pokemon. The team was really stall-oriented. And I think at some point I was poisoned, and my opponent went for 4 Protects right in front of me and got the Quadruple Protect. We ran the numbers on that, and it was like astronomical. I think it was in the quadruple digits, I think. We can probably just run it right now. Phone? It's crazy. It's like, it's crazy odds. Oops. Wrong. That doesn't matter. Odds are crazy to get. Triple Protect, Quadruple Protect. I think I've landed some triples once recently. Never a quadruple, but I've seen it happen against me. Been busy with life. It happens, man. I'm just glad that we've got like a chance to for the dust to settle. Shiny odds are 1 in 1365 with a charm, and if you defeat 500, you increase the chances of finding a Brilliant Mon. There we go. It's the shiny Aura Pokemon that end up spawning. Some of these things I learned from that cousin who was going for the Ponyta. But I just watched a YouTube video on it a little earlier. Cindefe, you've only ever done random battles, but the showdown matches that you've done make you appreciate slow but bulky mons. I love exactly that, Cindefe. I really like. Isn't it past everybody's bedtime? What is everybody doing awake? I love bulky offense. That's one of the styles of play that I really enjoy particularly. I'm glad to see T still getting sidetracked. You know it, man. Like Guardian said, it wouldn't be a T stream if I didn't. And Brilliant Mons have a 3% chance of being shiny. That's pretty cool as well. Their IVs are also supposed to be decent, right? Cindefe, if you're going to build an official team, you'd want one with the bulkiest heavy hitters. Just team tank, eating hits for days. I like tanky, heavy hitters. And one thing that I want to say, if you're going to build something really tanky, make sure it can do some damage, right? I see some passive teams. Quaxalot, Guardian, I had forgotten the name of the final evolution of Quaxlet. Quaxlet evolves into Quaxalot. So I've got the shiny Quaxalot and the shiny Quaxlet. Got to do the home decks for all 3 dexes, yes, to get the shiny Meloetta. You want a team with just Milk Tank? That's the probably the best team in any competitive format, but that's why, Ghosty, I don't know if you know this, in both singles and in doubles, we have a species clause which doesn't let us run 6 Pokemon of the same dex number, specifically because players want to run an all Milk Tank team, and that's a little too OP for any format. We're not allowed to do that. It's why it's not in Generation 9, because Terrestrialization will be too good on that guy, and then also we've got Species Clause for that as well. And there will be a Milk Tank team. You've always been a believer. I can't do it. I don't believe in our believer. I want to. Regulation H, an opportunity for our believer to pop off? No, it's not. You're only missing 73 Pokemon in home, but you've got to catch it in game though. If you're transferring them from from a previous generation Guardian, it won't register in like the Paldea Dex or whatever, right? Home wants to see it caught specifically in Paldea or Kitakami or in Unova, I guess, for the Blueberry Academy. It's just, I don't know, it's a little bit of a grind, but it's cool. It's a cool Pokemon, Meloetta, I mean. In your game 2, your Rhyperior destroyed their entire team. So in game 3, Zorag said took the Alpha Rhyperior to destroy their team. That's pretty cool, man. Admiral Big Bonk, that's an appropriate name. And Click Protect. I like this bold thing that you do with the. Oh, you know what? You should name one of your Pokemon. I don't click protect. That'd be kind of cool. So it's a VGC draft league, but the league is called UBDL Ultra Beast Draft League. That's pretty cool. I've only ever heard of singles draft leagues before. That interests me to do something like a doubles draft league. By the way, you guys, speaking of getting sidetracked, in Sword and Shield, I know that a couple months ago, Video Game was going for Shiny Dracovish, right? I learned from that cousin, who again, like 800 original species, very close to completing a Shiny Living Dex. And he wasn't even going for a Shiny Living Dex. I just talked him into it because I was like, "You're so close, man. Have you ever thought about doing it?" I bought home for him. He told me that when you're shiny hunting the fossils in Galar, you can chain your fossils. I remember at the time, Video Gamer, you were needing, I don't remember which fossil it was. Fossilized Drake, maybe? Because that's a little difficult to get, I think, for us sword players. I think maybe I had one and I was able to trade that to you. If you have multiple of them, if you have many, you can chain that shiny hunt, right? So you can just like talk to that person like, I don't know, 30 times, however many you have, and go for it over and over and over again, and then go for your soft reset. That's how my cousin got the 4 Galar fossil Pokemon, and that's how I'm going for it as well. I'm not super deep into it. I'm also going for Dracovish up front. My cousin, because he doesn't need the fossils anymore, traded me a bunch of them, and when I don't need them, if you guys want to go for it as well, let me know. As soon as I get the shiny fossil Pokemon, I'm giving away my remaining fossils for anybody who needs them. Cool shiny hunt to do. I'm not super deep into it. I think I'm maybe at 150, what do we call it? Attempts, encounters, rejuvenations, restorations. I don't know what we would call it. Like 150 for Dracovish. So not. I'm like at the very beginning of it, but it's pretty cool. Palmot, not pronounced Palmot, but it's actually pronounced Palmit. Is that real? I don't know if that's. Is it called Palmit? I kind of don't like that. Is that from the anime? Confirmed? Can we get a 24-hour stream tonight? Cheeto, when are we gonna collab? I'll do a 24-hour stream when you and I can collab. I like Palmot. I prefer Palmot. This is running Regulation H for obvious reasons. I think it's cool that we're able to play with some of these Pokemon, right? Bronzong, by the way, that I see on your team, man. I think it's, what's the word that I'm looking for? An underused Pokemon in Reg H. I think it's got a great matchup into a lot of guys. Doesn't love to see Incineroar, but like, you know what? And I think that Bronzong got day 2 at Sacramento Regionals. It was a really weird one too. Like the team had Stealth Rocks, it had Yondozo, it had like Ice Spinner on this Bronzong. It was an insane team. It was crazy, but it made sense, especially Rocks in VGC, Stealth Rocks in VGC, for weather setters, terrain setters. I didn't know, and you singles players probably know this way better than I do. But if on Switchin, if you die to Rocks, right, you don't get up your terrain or your weather. And for sun teams, for rain teams, whatever it is, for multi-scale Dragonite, which is like, you know, in Japan they've been playing multi-scale, scale shot, loaded dice Dragonite, which is pretty good. And American players and players all over the world have really adopted that as kind of the standard Dragonite at the moment in Regulation H. You break multi-scale immediately on switching, right? It's a pretty punishing interaction that we don't see in VGC ever, right? But this Bronzong team had a similar type build, right? I think Bronzong he's got a good matchup into a couple things. Subathon when the Cheeto collab stream, we'll do a Subathon together. Sleep is lame. I agree with that. Who needs sleep when we can shiny hunt a Star Mew? That's a sign that I'm getting tired because I can't tell which star it is. By the way, and stream doesn't end until I get the shiny Staryu. Full disclosure, like I swear, even if you guys all go to sleep, I'm gonna continue to do this. If you wake up in the morning and I have not gotten the shiny Staryu, I'm gonna keep streaming. And everything that I can vouch for everything that Pyro is talking about, like with shiny odds and everything, because that's fresh information in my head. It was literally a couple hours ago that I was trying to get that information myself for shiny hunting purposes, right? Immediate goal is to get every Kanto shiny. I don't think I might be about 50% of the way there, but we'll see. Nobody has work or school tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving in the United States, at least. Yes. You only got to be up by 5. You mean 5 p.m.? You have to. Are you gonna wake up at like 5 in the afternoon? That's kind of cool. That's like the best way to have Thanksgiving. Like wake up at 5 in the afternoon, go downstairs and just have Thanksgiving dinner. 2 Takemons, like Arcalodon with stamina, Mudsdale also with stamina. Those just eat physical damage like candy. I really like Arcalodon, especially, right? Good opportunity to have a beat up Pokemon if you're running stamina. Mudsdale, by the way, I think it was like Reg A, I got like destroyed by a Mudsdale team on ladder. And I didn't know what it was going to do, but then after I saw it, I was like, oh, I cannot stop this. I have no answer to it. I just lose. Arcalodon is really good. We've seen it run a couple different ways, right? I think that Stalwart is a really good ability on that guy. I think that Sturdy is an incredible ability on that guy. And I think that Stamina, personally, I think that Stamina is the best ability on that guy. But the other 2 are certainly viable, right? Stamina is just so good. AV Arcalodon in the rain. You can run it outside of the rain. It's got a decent move pool. Its stats are incredible in comparison to the rest of the format. Oh my god, look at all these cool Pokemon. I love the cool ones. 2 Treecools. You're not getting a reimbursement for that one, Ghosty. I'm sorry. But I appreciate seeing them twice. Put him a third time. Let me see him a third time. Because he's my favorite of those. Also, I like Coolossal, but nobody's better than Treeccool. Anyway, Stamina Arcalodon, incredible tanky Pokemon, really capable. Oh, I forgot about Shuckle! I like him too. Just super tanky, capable of dealing a lot of damage, pretty versatile, absolutely in the top 5 of Regulation H at the moment. You brought Arboliva to counter their Sand mode, and they didn't even bring their Sand mode. Did you bring Arboliva in the set? I'm still Cinefe. I'm still to this day trying to find a nice thing to say about Arboliva. He's beautiful. But I feel like Arboliva doesn't want to be objectified like that, right? I can't just always comment on Arboliva's objective beauty because he's got it. Mudsdale gets Heavy Slam. Heavy Horse to get Heavy Slam. I think that's the common set for that guy. He gets like Body Press, Heavy Slam. I don't even know what else he runs. In Regulation A, I just wasn't expecting that guy. Recreated your Violet team on Violet. Just got to finish the game now. Was Fish and Drake. Fish Fossil and Drake Fossil. Man, I was like grinding what is it called? I was like doing like the digging thing, whatever it is, spending all of my, I don't even remember what it was called. Like whatever like the alternate currency is to get things in the wild area. What is it called? I really don't remember what it was, but I'd spent so much of that, and I'd only gotten like 1 or 2 or whatever, right? And I talked to my cousin, and I was just like, this is not like working out for me. And he traded me a bunch of guys. He traded me a guy with Poker Rust, which was kind of cool too. It's official Pommet. I don't love that. Need to catch up on the new anime. I started watching it, Ghostly. It's not bad. But you know what's even better? Hide and Seek. Oh, hey, check this out. Hide and Seek will happen again, but I had an idea. Oh wait, I don't remember what it is. You know what I like more than the new anime? Have you guys seen these Poketoons? They're so well done. I like these a lot. Oh wait, but it's ugly. Look at how it leaks out from the bottom. Sorry, YouTube, but we're gonna have to do it this way now. This is my favorite one. I've seen a couple of them, but they're really, really good. At some point I'll probably watch the anime, but not soon, I don't think. Wolfie confirmed it in a collab that it's Pommet. I do not like that. So the idea of for hide and seek stream, there are 2 things that I wanted to solve. I wanted to be able to do things like hide and seek or be able to do things in VC and everything reliably, but I also wanted to be able to reward viewers who watch regularly, right? And you know, it's always like a struggle for me to be able to express the gratitude that I have for you guys. Like honestly, like it's just, I can't reduce it to words, and words are kind of my thing. And I thought, you know, like there's a small and actual tangible thing that I can do for you guys who end up getting these stream streaks, and I've seen them go up to like insanely high numbers, And as like a thank you to you guys, I do want to have a thing. It's not a reward. It's not something that you can redeem with channel points, which are no longer Synesty shards, by the way. You can't redeem it with channel points. You can redeem it with these stream streaks. I haven't come up with the numbers exactly, but the thing is that after a certain point, if you've been watching the stream consistently for however many streams in a row, yes, like absolutely no questions asked. If you want to take over and make it a hide and seek night or whatever it is, like I cannot say no to that, right? There has to be a real reward for that, and that's one of the things that I've been thinking about recently. So anyway, that's my thoughts on future hide and seek streams. You don't care it's Pama in your eyes. I will probably continue to call it Pama and Ghostly. I think that I'm the authority on proper Pokemon pronunciations, right? Bronzong is low-key your best mon. I think he's good, man. I think he's really also pretty versatile as well. There was another time, maybe even in Regulation G, that I was really thinking about Bronzong. I just never put that guy in the builder, man. I think he's really good still. World champion. Didn't Bronzong win Worlds at some point? When will we get to your team? I still have it open somewhere. There he is. All right, we'll take a look at a couple of them really quickly, and then after looking at this team, we're jumping in game. We're gonna catch a shiny Staryu tonight before the stream is over. I wish I could say before the night is over, but it'll be midnight in my time zone in 25 minutes. And for a lot of you guys, it's already past midnight. But we game. All right, Embor. The way to run this guy is with Reckless, right? Life Orb, just really any boosting damage. Paul Ruiz and that team that he had built, I believe it was Choice Banded. Embor with Reckless, offensive Terra as well, right? And oh my god. All right, so this is Terra Rock with Head Smash, right? Nothing lives that. We can actually verify what Pokemon can live it. Oh, god. I say that I don't want to get the next thing that we're going to do. The next thing that we're going to do is do the shiny hunt, but I need to know. Guardian, let's see what lives. A Reckless. I'm gonna do Banded. Reckless, Choice Band. It's probably not Adamant, but let's just say Adamant. No status. What is the move called? Head Smash? Terra Rock. You know what, I guess this probably isn't his highest damage output. But I just want to see it. It's a high base power move. I want to see Pokemon that can possibly live. Alright, Pokemon that survive. Okay, never mind. I forgot that there are these, like, beastly Pokemon in the game. Why is this not doing as much damage as I want? Choice Band, Reckless, Adamant, no status, Head Smash. Because I don't have EVs on our guy. Alright, never mind. There's a bunch of Pokemon that live it. Never mind. Change my mind. You've never used Bronzong? He's pretty good. Pokemon is better. You gotta complete Violet or Scarlet so you can finally start on VGC again. Man, the whole thing. Big thing for completing the decks in there. Has anybody done it? Has anybody done Meloetta yet? That's like my whole thing. It's part of the reason why I started doing the shiny living decks as well. It's just hanging out with my cousin, and like he's just such an avid shiny hunter that I got really inspired to do it as well. But it's such an achievable shiny that we've never had access to before, and if you've got time right now during the break, it's such a good time to get that Meloetta. Thanksgiving dinner? No, it's your light breakfast. I like, there's this ad that I keep getting like every single day, and it says not Thanksgiving Day, Thanksgiving month, and I believe in that. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? So my sister sent me like a TikTok it was this idea to take your leftovers and to make Thanksgiving waffles, right? To get like your stuffing and cranberry sauce and like whatever meats you have and put it in a waffle maker and then have Thanksgiving waffles. I think that's incredible. We are absolutely doing that in my place beginning Friday, I guess. Do I play Magic the Gathering? I've never played it. No, is the answer to that question. Why you play it? Wait, no, I know one thing from Magic the Gathering. There's a card called Beacon Hawk, and players will, I mean, this is a thing from a long time ago. but if you scratch out the E, it's Bacon Hawk. I know that about Magic the Gathering. I don't know anything else about it, though. Didn't bring Arbo to this set because it was made to beat the Exadrill, Hippowdon, and Houndstone, which your opponent brought none of. I don't mind not seeing Hippowdon pop up in the game. Hide and Seek, we know the story there. Cerulege might be your favorite Gen 9 mon. I love Cerulege. Originally, he was... Actually, no. Originally, my favorite was Cerulege, and then I liked Armarouge more as I played through the game. And now, like in a post 2-year lifespan of the game, I'm back on Cerulege. I think he's really cool. Of course, I've got the disappointment with the shiny forms of both of those Pokemon, but I love the whole Charcadet line. I think they're really cool. Cerulege is my preference, and he's got some cool stuff too. We talked about Typhlosion and Charizard type teams right now, and Flashfire is just like an incredible ability. Really cool stuff there. Strong Pokemon. As for a collab, we can literally do one right now. Shiny hunting, shiny hunting our guy. I don't want to do it right now. We've been streaming for longer than the ordinary stream time, and I haven't even done the thing. This has been an hour and 30 minutes of warming up for gameplay, because I promised gameplay tonight. Why are they Robux? Because I love that. I actually did that like a month ago, anticipating streaming again one day. The only thing about it is you don't like it's shiny. Yeah, that's the whole thing about those two guys. And if they even Charcadet is okay as a shiny. It's not a fun hunt at all. Like I remember that was like my first shiny hunt where I was like, this is not fun. Yeah, it's the color swap idea too is like such an easy go-to. I can't believe that they didn't run with that, right? They would have looked so cool. Like all the fan art of the color swapped Armarouge and Cerulege, I think is incredible. Missed opportunity. IMHO. You gotta get your Bob's credit card to watch the stream. Wait, which stream? This one? I agree with this decision. Oh wait, for the Robux. Sorry, I missed that. You have the shiny Meloetta from home. It's so cool. Which form do you keep it in, Pyro? All right. Honestly, I thought about doing it twice. So I can have one in each form. And after completing it the first time, I was like, no, like not worth. And it's just in the green form. I think that's the appropriate name. Meloetta is not in the ballpark yet. You're also getting close to getting the shiny Magearna in home. That's really cool. One day, Pyro, I will I'm aiming for the Magearna, but that one for me is going to be the slowest burn. I think that when I attempt the Magearna, I want the shiny Living Dex as complete as possible, right? There's a couple Pokemon that are still shiny locked to this day. With those exceptions in mind, I want everything else to be shiny to get the Magearna. And God, one step at a time, chat. All right. Embor, Reckless, that's the whole concept there. We've got Comfy here to keep him alive. I'm glad to see 100 speed EVs on the thing. We don't need that much, but I think with 36 speed EVs, you can outspeed, max speed, Incineroar, and I believe that you can get your Draining Kiss off before a Fake Out even happens, right? Because you're both +3 priority, right? With Triage. Oh wait, but your Flower Veil anyway, and your Cover Cloak anyway. Never mind. That was my whole thing on speed. Never mind. I don't know anymore. Indeedee, I think it's pretty standard. This is to me, this is a classic Guardian Angel Pokemon. This Galarian Slowking. What I'm really curious about is this Toad Scroll. And interestingly, we don't care about the ability at all because we don't have anything that can turn off Mycelium Might. This is just Choice Specs. And I believe that Choice Specs, Earth Power, is probably going to get a one-shot through an Assault Vest on Arcaludon. Oh my god! Is it Mr. Patch patching in? I'm so glad that I chose tonight to first off stream and to be here this late in the evening. Mr. Patch, very glad to see you guys pop up on stream. You've been killing it recently. I hop on every now and again, and I believe that maybe one of my last nights of being in, I guess, like the Twitch sphere about 2 months ago, I was watching your Baltimore recap video, which I just thought was incredible, right? Can I get a mod's help? Just quickly give a shout out to Mr. Patch, because you guys all know him. You guys all know Mr. Patch. He's an incredible streamer. You're so funny, and I just think that I feel like I know you in watching your streams. You've got like such a good sense of humor. You've got such a good you got a heart of gold, man. I really enjoy everything that you put out there. And to this day, in my time on Twitch, you still have some of the funniest moments Every now and again, I'll go back and I watch a clip from your stream that I just think I just think these clips are hilarious, man. You're so just naturally talented at Twitch streaming. And sorry, chat. Like I'm gonna catch up with you guys too, because we are on a mission to shiny hunt that Staryu. I promise you guys. Like it will happen tonight. Like I guarantee it, and I will not end stream until we end up getting that shiny Staryu. So in other news, you love your bugs. You want to see, you want to shiny hunt your bugs. God, oh my God! In seeing these like cool shinies to get, one of them, however, and I'm looking at Chansey, but worse. Frostmoth is the bane of my existence, man. Which one of these do you have so far? Wait. I think a couple months ago, Video Gamer, you and I were like, thank you for queuing up the shout out, by the way. I think you and I were going for a what's his name? Cleavor. Somewhere in the boxes, I've got a Cleavor. I don't remember what game. I think I got him in Legends, but I think you and I were going for him in Scarlet Violet. Some of these are definitely like attainable. These nicknames are great. Chekhov's gun. I've seen this nickname before though. Jeff to kill you. Anyway, Frostmoth, I've never seen it. I've tried in Sword and Shield, I've tried in Scarlet Violet, which I thought would be like insanely easy, but this is a difficult one. I see what you're doing here with your guy. Difficult Pokemon to break. So the red and gold Magearna, that's the original color of it. Oh god, sorry. Speaking of Magearna, here's the thing. A new recent development within the last 2 months is I got. What is this thing called? I got, again, from recommendation from my cousin who is just like, God, he's just an insane shiny hunter. He is so, he's got incredible luck as well, but he's so committed to the craft of shiny hunting. Recommended Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I've got copies of both. And he recommended shiny hunting legendaries in particular in this game. So I've been playing recently. Of course, I bought Ultra Moon. No, I think I bought Ultra Moon new, but I got Ultra Sun second hand, right? And I haven't restarted the file yet because I'm looting all this guy's cool stuff that he had in there, right? There's a couple like illegitimate Pokemon that are in there. I don't think they're going to make the cut when I eventually transfer them over. And he's already gotten a couple things that I intend to shiny hunt down the line. Type Null, for example, Silvally, are Pokemon that I think are only shiny available in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. So that's a hunt that I'm going to go for in that game. Surfing Pikachu, if I get around to it, I'd like to do that for shiny. And then Ash Hat Pikachu, Partner Pikachu, whatever it's called, I think is, as a glitch, a byproduct of a glitch in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, is available as a shiny in that generation. Poipole is the last one on my to-do list. And then just shiny hunting legendaries, I guess. But that's part of the reason why I got those games. Let me see. Don't go offline. Poor K. Oh wait, for the raid that happens. I'll get there here in a second. Meloetta cannot be in pirouette form outside of battle. No, so it's not even worth getting two of them. All right, that makes me feel a little better. Thanks again for the raid, man. I really appreciate that. Let me see if I'm catching up with you guys. Late raid. Lost most viewers by now, but we moved now, man. First off, I appreciate your viewers coming in and hanging out, but I just love to hang out with Mr. Patch. Happy Thanksgiving. Grateful for everything you bring as a streamer, and just a cool guy. I agree with all this, all the compliments, and please lay them on thick. I don't mind it one bit. Great to see me back. I'm also very happy to see me back. I don't know why I'm doing this whole thing. Send that again in 20 minutes and it'll officially be Thanksgiving. For some of us, it's already Thanksgiving. I think a lot of us in chat right now, we're officially into Thursday. I and Vidigame as well are in the Central Time Zone. I are in the Central Time Zone. We're 12 minutes away from it. Oh my god, did you say 20 minutes earlier? I'm 8 minutes behind in chat. That's not too bad. Let's see. It's already Thanksgiving from Mr. Patch. Easterners. I did watch the Baltimore recap. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed seeing the plushies that you bought, and I think it was really cool too that you did like these side events. I've never done anything like that. I wasn't even aware that there were side events going on at regionals and stuff like that. And of course, like I was talking a little earlier about how San Antonio regionals is coming up. It was announced fairly recently. Signups are in about a week. And I'm gonna go. Last time I went, I did go to San Antonio last year with basically a silly team, and I just wanted to have fun and like upset people. But I had an incredible time doing that. I'm looking forward to doing it again. But this time I've got, if it's gonna be in Regulation G, like I've just got a team that I think is insane. I just think it cooks, and I'd like to have a deep run, if not win the entire thing. But we'll see. If RNG is on my side. It's been so long you forgot you're a bot here. It's 12:44 in the Eastern time zone. Hey man, I'm grateful for. I'm also grateful for you too, Patch. Well, never mind. I had a thought that I might ask you off stream. I can't ask you publicly. You don't have any of these guys shiny yet? Well, at some point. Right now I'm specifically going for Kanto guys. Maybe... Nah. I was going to say Scyther or something, but I got too many Scyther. I'll see if I can contribute. You need at least 2 Scyther to complete this 6. I think Lamp is a meritorious hunt. I like the shiny too. You know what? We can go for this guy together because I've only got 1 Volcarona, but I need baby Volcarona too. I think his name is Volca Ducklet, if I'm not mistaken. First target is probably low kicks because he can be isolated. Also, it's a cool shiny. I don't know if I even got that guy, and if I'm doing like this whole thing, I need 2 of them. Too good, Guardian. Let's watch this replay. Sound off, however. Oh my god. What's going on? Sorry. Story for another day. Ursaluna Blood Moon is so good outside of Trick Room. That thing is really good inside of... both Ursalunas are really good in and out of Trick Room, right? I think, again, like, a lot of the Regulation H innovations, I don't want to credit everything to one guy, but of course Wolf has been playing just immaculately for the Scarlet and Violet, for the tenure of Scarlet and Violet, right? And one of the huge innovations that we saw is not only seeing, like, a fast Blood Moon Ursaluna, but he actually ran... I don't remember which regional it was, but he ran a fast Ursaluna, just standard Ursaluna, right? And I was like, that is such, like, it was an incredible idea because of its matchup. Its typing is really nice. Like, of course, ground type damage is really valuable in just about any format, but in this format with things like Arcalodon, with Golden Go, and what was that other steel type? King Gambit, right? Ground type damage is really, really valuable. And being able to, like, get your own status condition outside of outside of an involuntary status condition like a Dire Claw proc is really, really nice. Being immune to the secondary effects of Dire Claw is what I'm talking about for the regular Ursaluna. Wolf put a ton of speed on that guy, ended up running it in both Tailwind and in Trick Room, having both those options. And the rest of the world opens its eyes to the idea of a faster Ursaluna. We've now seen it paired with like the Scale Shot Tailwind Dragonites, right? The Doug type teams, right? Dragonite, Ursaluna, Golden Go type teams, I think, are really strong. Ursaluna Blood Moon, I think, is incredible. One of its, downsides is its special defense, but as we know on Guardian Angel's team, he's actually running AV Ursaluna, which we saw at the Grand Challenge. Nick Navarre, Nails OU, was somebody to really popularize the AV Ursaluna. You can also run cool things like, Vacuum Wave as a priority move. So it's just one of the best Pokemon in the game. I think it's incredible, of course, right? Did I see any of the Showdown replays that you shared? Unfortunately not, Cindefe. I haven't been in the server at all, but like, of course, I'll be more active. Oh my god, like right now that you mentioned it too, Cindefe, I get a notification every now and again that says like how many unread messages I have, and I will get through that at some point. By the way, for anybody who's reached out like on Discord, the past 2 months just being busy and everything, I've not been, when I say I've not been active, I mean like I've not touched it at all. So give me a little bit of time to catch up with whatever's going on. If you guys have Showdown replays in there, of course I would love to see them. Right now that you think of it, every Mon on the team can be isolated with bug sandwiches. I got a lot of Verba, and Gen 10 is coming up pretty soon, so we got to burn through it. Besides Cleavor, but it's spawning with Scyther. I think we're better off getting the... It'd be cool to get the Cleavor in the overworld, but I think we're better off getting the Scyther. Chaos, trying to thonk a bit. What are you thinking about? How you can do the jig up. I don't know what that is. All right, check it out. Chaos, why you explain to me what you're talking about? I'm gonna get rid of this thing, and we're gonna shiny hunt. There we go. We're gonna go for a shiny Staryu. It's gonna happen tonight, and then once we get one, stream is over. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys though, I'm a bad Twitch streamer, and I already found one. So check it out, here's my plan. I don't have any good like Spore Pokemon, so I'm gonna send my boy out. Alright, here we go. What? Recover? That's not gonna do anything. This is, it's not just any ordinary fungus. Sorry, chat, I gotta make you guys disappear for a little bit. Cosmic Power? I don't know what that does. Raises its defense, right? There we go. It's Scarfed, oh, what? I'm Scarfed Fungus! We're both level 60. How'd that even happen? Scarfed Fungus wasn't able to, outspeed this guy. Maybe I should have gone for a Scarfed Fungus. Oh, for the Snow Pair and Iron Moth? If you get that team figured out, send it my way. Regulation G is right around the corner, and I think I'm gonna stick with my team. I thought of one innovation to the way that I've been running it, but I think it's a little difficult to get going. I should have false swiped this guy first, right? Because here's the thing, I'm gonna get up like a Swords Dance or two. I think I need 2 Swords Dances to actually get him down to 1. He doesn't explode, does he? He doesn't have any recoil dealing moves. He's gonna wake up after this Swords Dance, I believe. If I get a 3-turn sleep, I'm not even gonna be able to chuck the ball before this guy wakes up. Just trying to figure it out. What ideas are you spitballing right now? Who are the contenders? I'm gonna go for the 1 false swipe. We're at +4. Ah, and he wakes up, and he's faster than me, and he has recover. I'm not gonna be able to sleep this guy. Oh. That's also okay. Okay, cool. I will happily take that. You want to consider at least 3 physical mons after. Miltank level 25, that's exactly what we needed. He wants to learn Headbutt. I like his old moves. I think he's pretty strong with whatever he gets at level 1 as an egg. Alright. So, here's like another fun thing about this Staryu, is that right before the stream started, I told you guys that I watched that YouTube video, right? And I was just like, okay, so I gotta knock out 500 of these guys. This is like, I'll tell you guys how many I knocked out. No nickname, not today. Check this out. I know exactly how many I knocked out because... Let me do this really quick. Just quickly. I'm gonna turn that off too. Alright. I can tell how many I've knocked out because of the amount of PP left on this Mimikyu. Where are my moves? Alright, cool. So I've used 10 Shadow Claw and 1 Shadow Sneak. That means that was my... Wait, no way. That's insane. Okay, so that was my... I guess my 12th, right? Because that means that I've knocked out 10, 11, and then I encountered this one, right? This is literally my 12th Staryu, right? I'm still going to knock out a couple more, and I'm going to continue to do this because I need 2. I need the Staryu and the Starmie eventually. But I started to knock them out. I thought that I would get to around 500. I would start the stream, and we could start the Shiny Hunt in earnest. But I ran into this guy, encounter number 12, and I'm like, well, I guess at some point we'll catch one on stream, right? Pro tip for future reference. Let me see. Oh, wait, but also, Acid Spray will help Snow Pair do more damage with their stuff. I agree with that. I like the idea of a fast support. Iron Volcarona, by the way. Please remove the big ol' orange pink glow during the gameplay. No, check it out, man. Here's the idea. I'm going to do this. And then I'll put the game in there. I need to remember where to point. There we go. I'll put the game in there so I can have this beautiful, beautiful background thing. Times 3, you're still here. What are you guys doing? The stream is over. Everybody go to bed. Let's have Thanksgiving dinner, and then after Thanksgiving dinner, stream tomorrow. I don't know. Depends on how my tummy is feeling after. Wait. So anyway, I'm gonna keep. It depends. It depends on how. I'm not even talking about tomorrow anymore. I'm talking about this background because I like it. I think it's cool. Possibility the gameplay will be in this little box for a future stream. Anyway, I think that's what's gonna happen. 10 out of 10 bait and switch for the stream. Wasn't that so funny? I love that. It's like, God, I just, sometimes I get so, like, giddy with excitement when I know something is coming. When I know that in 2 hours I'm gonna reveal that I've already encountered the shiny, whatever this guy's name is, Staryu, I forget the name of the Pokemon. Anyway, it feels good to do a stream like this again. Thank you guys for hanging out. I've had, like, of course, an incredible time. Catching up with everybody. I'm not going to take another month-long break, but you heard the story a little earlier. Unfortunately, my absence was necessitated, but whether I'm here in town in the comfort of my own home, or if I'm out of town with a mobile stream setup, I'll still be around. It'll just be a little different. Anyway, I think that's what I got for you guys tonight. Just like you, for real, Putasa. Thanks for hanging out too as well. I got your message a while ago, and I'll probably look it over here in a second. Never leave us again. No, you guys never leave again. You guys are out there like making the real content, the real MVPs. Watching you guys do your stuff teaches me how to be a Twitch streamer. I'm like, I'm trying to be like you guys when I grow up. Anyway, everybody have an excellent night. Have a great Thanksgiving. Possibility of a stream tomorrow night, but if I'm not streaming and you guys are, then I'll be in your chat.